Hello, my name's Praz and welcome to my channel. This video is about my healing journey with eczema and asthma and how I healed myself from these conditions naturally and have stopped my medication for these conditions. I had these conditions since I was a child. So hopefully it will inspire you to do the same, or at least know that it's possible to heal these conditions, or any other condition in fact, without medication and live a healthy life. So I was born with eczema and developed asthma a few years later as a young child, maybe about 5 years old. I'm 41 now, and over the past few years I have gone on a detoxification and regeneration journey to heal myself of these conditions, where I'm now no longer on any medications for asthma or eczema. I was on topical steroids for most of my life, and inhalers as well for my asthma. I'll get to that in just a bit. So I'm currently in Sri Lanka. I did take some videos about a year ago as part of the documenting this healing journey, which I'll upload later, so it's not in chronological order. But yes, so the main thing I wanted to share with you, that it is possible to heal these conditions. You know, you may have been told that some of these conditions, like asthma and eczema, are autoimmune conditions and there's no cure for them, and you just have to live with it for the rest of your life and manage it with medication. The problem with that, and the reason I wanted to find another way, was that the medications are damaging. They have side effects. You know, they're chemical medications and they are toxic to the body. So, you know, if you're using them constantly, which like I was, then there's going to be a build-up of that, and there's going to be side effects, and at some point these medications will stop working, and then it just progresses on to stronger medications and all sorts. It's just it's a very, very rocky journey, which I'm sure if any of you have got these conditions will be aware of that. So, you know, the main thing is I wanted to let you know that it is possible to heal yourself by making changes. You know, it's lifestyle changes. The main change, there's many lifestyle changes that you have to make because these are lifestyle conditions. They are essentially conditions that are resulting from how we're living our life and what we're eating and the stress and everything that goes along with it. Obviously, you can inherit these conditions because these are conditions that you've inherited from your parents. And again, your parents have developed these conditions and passed them on based on their lifestyle and their grandparents and so on. So that's the main thing to know, that the body is reacting to something that we're doing, and it's essentially telling you that something's not right. That's what a disease symptom is, essentially. The body trying to fix itself and repair itself from the damage that we're doing to it. So that's what any disease is. So although this video is about asthma and eczema and also topical steroid withdrawal, sorry, I should have mentioned that earlier, it covers any condition, any disease as it's called in Western medicine, can be healed by completely changing your lifestyle and regenerating your body. So I mentioned topical steroid withdrawal because it was when I stopped my medication for the topical steroids, there is a rebound effect. There's a whole community of people that go through topical steroid withdrawal after stopping their medication and heal. So it's something that I went through, and it was very, very difficult. So hopefully, you know, if you're going through that, this video will let you know there is hope. You can heal yourself completely without the medication, because I know it can be very, very difficult. My journey with the healing was a long one, and I made some mistakes along the way, which is why I wanted to share these videos with you guys, so you can maybe not make the same mistakes that I did. So the main change that we have to make is diet. So a lot of the issues that we're facing is coming from what we're eating. So meat, dairy, all sorts of acidic food, junk food, cooked food in general is very, very toxic for the body. And when you eat cooked food, the body has a reaction to that food. It's essentially like a toxin or a poison going into the body, and the body has to fight whatever damage you're doing to it. And the body's very clever, and it can do that, but only for so long. If we're eating a standard Western diet, which most of us do, over time, over years, over decades, the damage is built up so much that it starts presenting itself in any manner of health conditions. You name it: diabetes, eczema, asthma, arthritis, cancer. All of these conditions and diseases, as they're labeled, are essentially one sign or symptom of the damage that we're doing to the body. The toxicity of the body, the acidosis of the body, is essentially coming out in all of these diseases and disease symptoms. All of these disease symptoms, believe it or not, are actually attempts by the body to repair itself. So every single disease symptom is an attempt by the body to expel and release some of the toxins and the acid that's being built up in the body from our lifestyle. Not just diet, but stress and lack of sleep and pollution and lack of sunlight, lack of exercise, all sorts of things that is just sort of prevalent in our society. So yeah, the main thing is diet. The ideal diet for humans is a fruit-based diet. It's plant-based and primarily fruit-based. I learned, so my healing journey started with research on YouTube, and I came across an amazing man called Dr. Morse, Dr. Robert Morse. You may have heard of him. If not, please look him up. He's absolutely incredible. He's a naturopath doctor based in America, and he's helped thousands of people heal themselves from any condition under the sun. From cancer to HIV to quadriplegics, paraplegics, diabetes, any condition that exists. He's healed and cured people from these so-called incurable conditions using regeneration and detoxification. The main thing being fruit diet and some herbs that are specific to whatever weakness that you have in your body. So please do look him up. He used to be on YouTube. They've taken him down because they don't want that sort of message being put out there. So he's not on YouTube anymore, but you can go to his website, which is morses.tv, and find out information about the condition that you have. You can type it into the website, and he'll have videos on how to heal that condition. But it's essentially the same thing for everyone. Go to a fruit-based diet. It's very, very difficult. I say that now that I've been on a fruitarian fruit-based diet for, well, strictly about a year and a half, and on and off for many, many, many years. But it is very difficult, which is why it took so many years. Food is the biggest addiction on this planet. Yep, so every single one of us has a massive, massive addiction to food. You know, it's more addictive than nicotine, it's more addictive than alcohol, you know, it's probably more addictive than heroin. Yeah, every single one of us has a food addiction. You know, even when I knew that the food that I was eating, the cooked food, was essentially damaging my body and making me sick, I still found it very, very difficult to stop eating it, because it's a lifetime of eating this food, and there's so many things that go along with it, and the comfort and the social aspects of it. So it's a massive addiction. But you know, on the other side of that is, if you transition to a fruit-based diet, it's essentially like a shift in paradigm. You know, the addiction goes, you're healthy, you have so much energy, every single health condition or health ailment that you have will disappear. That is, you know, that's across the board, that's universal. You know, the body will 100% heal on this diet. We've all got our different journeys, and you know, some may find it more difficult than others, and there are healing symptoms, and there's so much to this, which is why I'm going to put out lots of videos with the information that I've learned to help you guys, and put that information out there. So yeah, the cook. So about 13 years ago is when I stopped my medication. You know, tried to come off my medication for the asthma and the eczema, and over that time, you know, I did extended juice fasting, lots of, you know, tried to transition to the diet as much as possible, but always went back to eating cooked food. So I'd do long juice fasts, the body, you know, the skin would clear up, the asthma would improve, and then I would go back to eating cooked food, because, you know, I was addicted to it, as you know, as are we all. But when I went back to eating the cooked food, the symptoms would ultimately come back. And those of you who are going through topical steroid withdrawal, these flares, so these rebound flares that, you know, that we're getting, where the skin heals for a bit, and then, you know, it goes crazy and erupts and everything starts coming out of it, is because we're essentially putting stuff back in that the body has to then expel again. So most, you know, the food that we're eating is essentially toxic to the body, especially if it's cooked food. And then the body has to then expel this this toxicity, and it does it through the skin. If the kidneys aren't filtering and working properly, the skin is known as the third kidney, and the body will expel these toxins through the skin, which is why we get these flares. So and to such an extent that I was going back eating the cooked food, and I even went back on steroid creams after about 9 years of trying to come off it, because I thought it's not possible for me, and I essentially gave up. I just went back on my medication, but then about a year and a half ago, I tried it again, and this time completely raw, raw vegan, no cooked food, and primarily fruit-based, and this time it's worked, right? So because I'm now not going back to just putting the cooked food in, the body is healing itself, and it's staying healed. So yeah, so and even with the raw vegan diet, a lot of what's out there is quite a high-fat raw vegan diet, and that didn't work for me. My conditions kept coming back. You know, I tried raw vegan because, you know, so many people healed themselves, but for me and for many others, it doesn't work because it's very high in fat. A lot of nuts and seeds, a lot of oils, essentially processing a lot of this raw vegan ingredients, which then is very difficult for the body to digest. The body just wants to eat fruit. That's all we're designed to eat. So now that I'm primarily fruit-based, trying to do 100% fruit, actually, I've seen massive change compared to when I was doing cooked vegan and raw vegan. So yeah, so as I said, look now, I have no asthma symptoms, eczema symptoms, and just wanted to share that with you guys, and just let you know that it's possible. I'm going to be putting out more videos as time goes on to kind of document my journey on this fruitarian lifestyle, to show how amazing it can be, and hopefully inspire you to try the same. Another thing is, a lot of men that I speak to about this obviously feel that on a fruit-based diet that you'll be very skinny and that you won't have any muscle, and then you need protein for muscle, and this is a lot of myths. So I'm skinny at the moment because obviously I've been detoxing for the last year and doing a lot of water fasts and juice fasting, but I also wanted to sort of show what's possible as far as fitness and health with just a fruit-based diet. So thank you for watching this video. Hopefully it can inspire you to make a change in your life and take health back into your own hands. Thank you.